The last minute before you leave your dog alone is already shaping the next several hours of their life. Not the training you've done, not the toys you left out, not whether they had enough exercise that morning. The 60 seconds before the door closes. That window is either quietly telling your dog's body that everything is fine, or it is loading a stress response that will run long after you're gone. Most owners don't know they're triggering it, and most of what they're doing in that final minute, because it feels loving, is making it worse. Welcome to WoofAura. Subscribe now, because what you're about to understand will change something you do every single day. Today we're breaking down 5 things you can do in the final minute before you leave your dog alone that will shift how they experience your absence entirely. Stay through all 5. The last one is the one most owners accidentally get wrong every single day. And it's the easiest thing on this entire list to fix. Before we get into them, you need to understand what is actually happening in your dog's body during those final moments. Because without that picture, the 5 steps won't make complete sense. Your dog is not waiting passively for you to leave. They are running a constant background scan. Every signal in their environment, the quality of your movement, the rhythm of your breathing, the sequence of things you do before the door closes, is being processed through one filter. Is this a safe moment or isn't it? The difficulty is that most owners leave the house in a state of low-level internal noise, thinking about the day, worrying about what they forgot, feeling the pull of guilt about leaving. And that guilt often becomes a goodbye, warm, emotional, drawn out, kneeling down, talking fast, one more hug, one last look. To you, that feels like love. To your dog's nervous system, it registers as a signal that departure is a high-intensity event, something worth activating for. And then you're gone, and they're left holding that activation with no way to release it. That's the root of the barking, the pacing, the destruction. Not a badly behaved dog. A dog whose system was handed a charge it didn't know what to do with. The same sensitivity that makes them so easy to unsettle also makes them remarkably easy to reassure if you know what you're doing. Here is what to do. First sign. Your energy before your exit matters more than your exit itself. Most owners believe the goodbye is what sets the tone. It isn't. The tone is already set by the time you reach the door. In the 2 minutes before you leave, your dog is watching you. The pace of your movements, the focus of your attention, the tension in your body. They are reading all of it with a precision that most people underestimate. If you move through your final preparations with urgency, distraction, or emotional charge, even silently, your dog picks that up as data. Something in the environment is different. Something is loading. What actually works is deliberate physical slowness, not a performance of calm, actual slowing down. Move to a slightly slower pace than you normally would. Let your shoulders drop. Breathe out visibly once before you approach your dog. This is not about tricking them. It is about genuinely shifting your own state, because your dog reads the real version, not the one you're trying to project. When you approach them in those final minutes, let your face soften. Make easy, gentle eye contact for about 10 seconds, not a fixed stare, just natural contact. Then look away first. That break, that look away, sends a signal that registers in the oldest part of their brain as nothing here requires attention. Everything is settled. Have you ever caught your dog staring at you from across the room before you've done a single obvious thing? Before the keys, before the jacket, just watching. That's them reading your internal weather, which is why the calm has to begin in you, not just in your movements. Second sign. Your dog's body is holding tension you can't see, and leaving that tension in place makes everything harder. Animals carry muscular holding in their bodies the same way humans do. It builds across the course of a day, and it keeps the alert system engaged. A tense body and an activated nervous system are not separate things, they feed each other in a loop. The places where dogs accumulate the most physical tension are not obvious. It's not the back or the neck. It's the webbing between the front toes, which holds a surprising amount of charge in anxious dogs, and the groove where the front legs meet the chest, which tightens noticeably when a dog's system is running at a heightened level. 30 seconds of slow, soft, circular contact in these areas, not patting, not fast strokes, but slow, deliberate circles, tells the body directly, The situation is low stakes. You can release. Research on touch and dogs is consistent on one point. The speed of the contact changes the outcome entirely. Fast touch stimulates. Slow touch settles. You don't need much time. You need the right kind of contact in the right places. By combining the first sign with this one, you've already changed the baseline your dog is starting from when the door closes. Third sign. What you leave behind in the room carries more weight than most owners realize. Dogs don't experience the world the way we do. Their primary sense is not sight or sound, it's scent. And scent is not just pleasant or unpleasant to them. It is orientation. It is information about what is present, what is near, what is safe. Your scent specifically tells your dog something that no amount of training can substitute. My person is close. The situation is stable. When you've been gone for hours, or when the house has been recently cleaned, or when you've showered and changed before leaving, that information is largely absent. And its absence is felt. Studies on dogs left alone have found that a familiar owner's scent in the resting space is associated with measurably lower stress. Less time moving, less vocalization, more time in actual rest. The scent communicates what your presence communicates, at a lower volume. What to do before you leave: place something you've recently worn, unwashed, carrying your current scent, in the spot where your dog rests. Not a freshly laundered item. Something that still carries you in it. You are not leaving a blanket. You are leaving a message. One that says, I am still in this space. You are not alone here. Fourth sign. The way you physically leave the house is either confirming that everything is ordinary or signaling that something significant is happening. Most owners, without realizing it, treat the departure as a moment worth marking. A long goodbye, a whispered reassurance at the door, an emotional exchange that lingers. This comes from a genuinely loving place. But what it communicates to a dog reading it is that the moment of leaving is charged, important, different from ordinary life. And when the nervous system receives this moment is different, it prepares for whatever comes after it. The most effective departure is one that looks and feels like nothing in particular. Not cold, just unremarkable. The kind of exit that doesn't register as an event because it doesn't carry the weight of one. 2 minutes before you leave, move at an ordinary pace. No extended goodbyes. No crouching down for one last exchange. Right before you step out, say one brief, low-tone phrase, consistent, quiet, the same one each time. Then leave without pausing, without looking back through the window, without the one last check. You might feel that this is too abrupt, that it isn't enough. That feeling belongs to you. It is about your own experience of the separation, which is real and worth acknowledging, just not at the door and not through your dog. What they need at that moment is a departure that tells them, this is an ordinary Tuesday. It has happened before. It will happen again. The right response is to rest. Fifth sign. What is playing in your home while you're gone may be doing more damage than silence would. This is the sign most owners never think to question, and for a significant number of dogs, fixing it alone produces a visible change in how they cope with being alone. The common assumption is that background sound helps. A television on, a radio running, something to fill the quiet and mask outside noise. The instinct is reasonable. The problem is what most of those sound sources actually contain. Standard television programming is designed to capture attention through contrast, sudden volume changes, sharp sounds, dramatic music, unexpected tones. For a dog home alone, each of those unpredictable spikes is a potential startle, and a startled dog with no one present to anchor them has no clear path back to calm. The startle feeds vigilance. Vigilance feeds more alertness. And the dog spends the day managing a low hum of arousal instead of actually resting. The research on this is clear. Consistent, low variation audio, gentle in tone, predictable in structure, without sudden shifts, is associated with lower stress markers in dogs during owner absence. More time resting. Less movement. Lower heart rate. The critical word is consistent. A system under stress can adapt to a steady background. It cannot adapt to something that keeps changing unpredictably. What to do? 5 minutes before you leave, not as you're heading out, but before, put on a calm, low-variation soundtrack at a volume that's present but not loud. There are playlists made specifically for this. Set it before your final preparations, so it becomes part of the environment before you go, not something that starts at the same moment as your absence. If there is one thing on this list you change before tomorrow, make it this one, because this trigger has likely been running in your home every day without you knowing it, and it costs nothing to fix. Now let's put all 5 together. 2 minutes before leaving, you slow your pace and soften your presence. You make brief, easy eye contact with your dog and break it first. You spend 30 seconds with slow, deliberate contact on the tension points, the toe webbing, the chest. Your worn clothing is already in their resting spot. The calm audio has been running for 5 minutes. You say one quiet, consistent phrase, and you leave simply, cleanly, without ceremony. What your dog registers: a person who moved through the house without urgency, who made contact that released rather than loaded, who gave no signal that anything out of the ordinary was happening, who left behind both their scent and a stable sound environment. What their system concludes: this is familiar, this is safe. The correct response to this is rest. That is not a small thing. Done consistently, this routine doesn't just make each individual departure easier. It builds something in your dog over time, an accumulated sense that when you leave, nothing dangerous happens, that the world stays intact, that you come back. That is the difference between a dog who is getting through the day and a dog who is genuinely okay. If this changed the way you see your leaving routine, leave a comment below. Tell us your dog's name and which of these 5 signs you're going to try first tomorrow. Because every dog that gets this routine is a dog spending fewer hours on edge and more hours actually at rest. That matters. If this helped you, hit the like button. It helps more dog owners find this. Subscribe to WoofAura. We post new dog behavior videos every few days. And we'll see you in the next one.